So if you downloaded Tears of Themis on a whim and you've never played a game like this before, then you're probably a bit overwhelmed. I was too when I started playing. Don't worry, I gotcha. Anyways, here's a quick and basic guide to the home screen of the game, part 1. I'm only going to be covering the basics, so don't be surprised when I skip over a bunch of stuff. Things may also look a bit different for you, since you're still pretty new. Don't worry, it'll change as you progress. Most of the important buttons for you as a beginner are all down at the bottom. First up is your AP. Here. AP is just energy that is used up to play certain stages of the game, usually to participate in debates, and it refills over time. You can also refill it by drinking energy drinks. Or using S-chips. I do not recommend using S-chips to refill your AP. They are far too precious a resource for that. As for energy drinks, you can earn those by completing basic daily tasks and special event tasks. Next up is the story button. Tap on that, and it'll bring you to the main story screen. Here's where you can play through the main story of the whole game in chronological order, broken down further into episodes and levels. This is where I recommend you start, since the first few levels will give you a basic overview of the game mechanics. Playing through the main story will also give you lots and lots of free resources that will help you advance. I've already played through all of these, so I can go straight to any episode level I want, but if you're brand new, you'll have to play them in order. You'll also see a couple of different tabs down at the bottom of the main story screen: Story, Study, and Event. You're already on the Story tab, so let's go over the others. The Study tab is where you can debate and earn specific types of resources. Which resources are available depends on the day. The Event tab is where you'll find the entrance to whatever main events are currently running. The Trials of Themis and Temple of Themis are always available, but things like the love interest birthdays and seasonal events will also appear here. Next up is the Cards button. Here's where you can view all the beautiful, beautiful cards that you've collected. Tapping on Category will allow you to filter your collection by different categories, like character or attribute. And tapping on a card will bring up the card details, where you can level it up, evolve it, increase skills, look at the art, and read the story or listen to messages. Remember those resources I mentioned a little while ago? Here's where you spend them. Different card types are going to need different resources, except for money. Everything costs money. Back to the card screen. Tapping on Decks, up here, will show you all the different decks you have available to use in debates. And this is also where you would arrange your decks. I normally just arrange my decks so that I have one that is optimized, one of each color, and a fifth one that I just change up for events or special tasks. Alright, next is the Visions button. Here's where you pull to get new cards to add to your collection. To get new cards, you need Tears. To get Tears, you need S-chips. And to get S-chips, you can use gems. To get gems, you can spend real money. But if you can't do that, then you'll also earn S-chips and Tears from doing daily activities and participating in events. Don't go spending all your Tears and S-chips as you get them, otherwise you'll miss out on limited time events. Next up is the NXX button. You don't need to worry about the lounge for now. What you should pay attention to is headquarters. Here's where you can passively earn resources by using the resource requisition and file room. I usually set the requisition to money and leave it. The game will give you lots and lots of the other resource, called oracles, and you'll go through money faster and faster as you progress. In the file room, you can assign cards to investigate cases, which will earn you guessed it, more resources. I usually just auto-assign and let it go. The last thing is the task button, which is over here on the left. You should refer to this a lot, since this is where all your daily and weekly activities are listed, and you'll need to complete them to earn more resources. This list is helpful because for many of these tasks, you can just tap on the Proceed button next to it, and it'll take you straight to where you need to go to complete that task. And that's it. That's the basics for the home screen for Tears of Themis.